Okay, so let's talk about Piggy. This is a film we actually got the chance to see at Fantastic Fest, and it became one of my favorite films that I had no idea what it was about when I went in to watch it. I didn't know if it was going to be a film I was going to like, but I just heard like some chatter about it, and I was intrigued when I first heard about it. So I'm not going to give you no spoilers or anything for it. I'm just going to let you know it deals with a girl dealing with bullying, and then a town dealing with something very dark happening in their town. And I'm not going to really give too many spoilers on it because I think that's the best way to go into this, is knowing that there's two storylines going on at the same time that will eventually collide, and it creates this whole dark horror like masterpiece in my opinion. I think Piggy will be regarded as a movie when you look back into it like 10 years later down the road as a masterpiece that moves the genre forward, because I think that the mix of comedy, coming of age, and also horror in this is very well done. But before we get into any further about this movie, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. We're on the road to 50,000 subscribers. We have a giveaway for 25k, which we'll do a video for, but we'll also do a post on the community to know when to enter. But anyways, let's get right back into Piggy. So this is directed by Carlota Pereda, who actually did a short for this back in 2018, and that short you can find on YouTube. It gives you a little bit of a feeling about what Piggy's gonna be and feel like. So if you want to check it out, definitely go check it out. I believe it's called Cerdita, and it is a Spanish film, and I think it is a very well done film in my opinion. So you basically deal with this girl who is dealing with bullying in her town, and it is just so like crazy to see how much this girl has to endure. And at the same time, there is this like killer on the loose as well in her town, and so all of this is happening while she's dealing with that, and eventually we're gonna see worlds collide. And that is where Piggy really, I think, definitely goes into a dark side of things. Now, this is not to say that the movie is a dark movie all entirely, like it is just dread and dread after dread, because there is comedic moments laced out throughout this movie, which I think gives it a good, refreshing feel to it, because all of this is happening and then you sort of get that comedic punch right at the good time, and then you're relaxed again and you're just waiting to feel those thrills again, which I think when a movie does that very well, it is incredible, because you definitely have this pacing going on where you're just like going back and forth with the movie and really getting to enjoy the story, because I think all of the acting here that was done was incredible from everybody, and especially the mother and the daughter here. Laura Galan, who plays Sara, and also Carmen Machi, who plays her mother, I think were the best performances here, and the duo just had great chemistry, the back and forth with the acting as well, the moments of comedy they had together as well. And it's not moments that were intentionally made to be funny, it's just moments that happen in this situation that makes it that much more funny. So I think that's why they were more funny, in the audience in Fantastic Fest I was watching this with, everybody was cracking up at these things. And I think that's what made this movie so great, is that it wasn't trying to be funny, but moments happen and it's just ridiculous, you know? And it just made it that much better, the movie, that these moments felt genuine. They didn't feel forced or anything like that. Like some people would really react to things like this in this moment. I thought the cinematography here was beautiful as well, especially this takes place in the summer. You can really feel that heat. The way that the lighting and the way everything is just presented in the scene, you really feel that as well. And I think also the soundtrack and also the audio here really did a good job at putting you in Spain in this very like hot summer as well, and just the different sounds they use, because the director actually had a Q&A during Fantastic Fest where they said that they used different sounds from the movie to make the soundtrack as well. So if there were screams, if there were insects, cars, things like that, they used all of those sounds, spliced it together into the soundtrack, and it really made it feel much more full in my opinion, because you really felt more in this story, and it really did grab you and never let you go once the movie started, which I thought was great, because the plot was so good, as the story was so good as well. Like I said, there's two plots going on, but by the time that we get to the middle part of the story, it's all interwoven together so well that you're just like there watching this and wondering what is going to happen next, and you're just terrified about what's next. Overall, I thought the director did an amazing job here as well. The shots looked beautiful. I think that the different techniques used throughout this film to give you a different approach to it, as well as a very claustrophobic film as well, by the way they chose to do to the ratio for all of this movie as well. It really made you feel like you were just trapped in there with these characters and everything going on around them, and then put you more at the center of it all and really had you more feeling for these characters as well that were going through some stuff. And I thought that they did an amazing job with that, so kudos to them for that. And the director also mentioned a lot of the influences as well, especially De Palma with Carrie, and there is a lot here that really did remind me of De Palma as well, and that is such an amazing thing to do for sure. So overall, Piggy is a must-see in my opinion for any horror fan. I think that this is a very well done film. It is just exceptionally well, especially the acting involved here, and just the look and cinematography of it as well is just exceptional. Everybody did an amazing job. For me, the only gripe I did have was its ending, and not that like end, but more towards like leading up to the ending. I just felt like we had this story that was paced so well all the way throughout, and then I felt like once we get to the ending, it sort of like had a little moment where it had a sprint rush for me in a way. But that's just a minor thing for me, honestly. I'm just being extra with that. I just liked the pacing that it had, and I wanted to keep going that pace, but it just felt a little too fast in my opinion at the end. But honestly, minor gripe for me. Don't even listen to me about that. Just had to get it out there. I still think this is a movie worth checking out on the cinema, because on the big screen and everything, with the format that the director chose for this as well, and the cinematography, the sound design, the acting, it is just a cinema experience, as cringy as that might sound for me. But overall, I really enjoyed Piggy. So if you have a chance, go check it out on the cinema. I think it will be limited release this week. It might have a wider release next week, and then it goes to video on demand. So if you do have the chance, it is best on the big screen. But let me know your thoughts and opinions if you have watched Piggy or not in the comments down below. Make sure you hit that notification bell if you haven't already. We are on the road to 25,000 subscribers. Actually, we already hit 25,000. What am I talking about? We're on the road to 50,000. And as always, I'll see all of you next time. We do have Living with Chucky review, as well as the Hellraiser review. And then we have the Chucky Season 2 Episode 1 video coming tonight. So stay tuned for all of that. As always, I'll see you next time. Stay safe, stay positive. Always, that's gonna do it for me. If you made it this far, really appreciate you so much. We will be talking about the Chucky TV series tonight, and we also have our new podcast episode dropping tomorrow. You can check out all our other podcast episodes as well on YouTube, but we also have our Buzzsprout and our website where we post a lot of other stuff as well. So if you really want to check all of our stuff out, we really appreciate that. CultureElixir.com is our website. Our Twitter is @CultureElixir. Our TikTok is @CultureElixir. But our Instagram is @TheCultureElixir. We couldn't get Culture Elixir only on Instagram. But as always, really appreciate you. And as I always say, stay safe, stay positive.